Hello everyone, I am Dori, I'm an English teacher, and today we're going to talk about diagram labeling and map labeling tasks in the IELTS listening. They are very similar to each other, and that's why I put them together in this group. And with this group we are going to complete the IELTS listening series. These are all the tasks you're going to encounter, you may encounter in the IELTS listening. So, if this is the first video you're watching of me, you may want to check out my other videos on IELTS listening on my channel. Now, in diagram labeling, you're going to see a picture of a diagram, well, obviously, and pretty much like matching, you're going to have to connect the information you hear with the information you get from the diagram. Before you get ahead of yourself saying, oh, there's going to be a picture, great, that would be easy. Well, let me inform you that map labeling and diagram labeling tasks can be rather tricky. First of all, you have to be very familiar with the vocabulary used in order to describe where things are located, etc. For example, here, this vocabulary is very useful at the top, at the bottom or at the bottom, on the left, on the right, at the base, on the roof, south, east, west, north, opposite or in front of, after that, in the middle, at the center of, above, below, inside or outside, left hand side, right hand side, etc, etc, etc. This vocabulary here is really useful. I'm sure you all know these words and you find them easy, but bear in mind that you're going to hear this vocabulary along with names of locations that you haven't heard before, and you have to connect them during the listening with the picture and the diagram that you're going to get on paper. So please be careful and try to be familiar with all these kind of vocabulary. Now let's see an example of our diagram labeling task. Okay, here first of all, read the instructions and the title to get an idea of what the task is about. So here, label the diagram below, choose 6 answers from the box and write the correct letter from A to H next to the questions 11 to 16. So as you can see down here, there's this box that has our options from A to H, but we are only going to need 6 of them. All of them are 8. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to read well our options from A to H so as to be alert when we hear them. Another helpful tip is that the listening will follow the order of the numbers. So, for example, the answer to the question number 11 on your right hand side is the first you're going to hear. The answer to the question number 12, the second, and so on, so forth. So it really helps to pay attention to what is already there in the diagram in order to guide you. It may be an already written phrase, or in this case a distinctive location or something. Here, for example, this little tower in the middle. A diagram labeling task could also look like this. Okay, let's read our instructions first. Label the diagram drafts below, write the correct letter from A to G next to the questions below. Now, we have the letters in our diagram and we have to fill the letters into the box in the questions 16 to 20. As you can see, it's the opposite. But again, the letters, our options, will be more than we need. The questions are 5 and the letters are 8 again. So the listening will follow the order of the questions again and not the order of the letters. So your guide will be the phrases you see written, in this case, basement level, base, middle, and rooftop. These are going to be your landmarks during the listening in order for you to be able to understand which place is which and fill it in the questions. A third way, quite similar to note completion, will look like this. Okay, here we can see another type of diagram labeling. Label the diagram below. Write no more than one word for each answer. Well, everything we already said goes for this type of task too. As you can see here, there are no letters. They just ask you to fill in the gaps with words and phrases you are going to hear. Be careful of words limit, pretty much like note completion. Okay? Now, map labeling. Map labeling is very similar to diagram labeling. Instead of a diagram, you're going to see a map. So let's go straight ahead to the examples. Example number 1. Okay, let's read the instructions. Label the map below. Write the correct letter from A to G next to questions 11 to 15. And here's our box with our questions down there. So, as you can see, it is very similar to a diagram labeling task. So, there are going to be more options than you need. You have to follow the order of the questions and not the order of the letters, and search for landmarks in the map to be your reference guides. Okay? And here's another example of map labeling. Another type of map labeling task here. We read the instructions, look at the map below, write no more than 2 words for each answer. Just that. The same goes with this map labeling task here that you may come across. Just be careful of the words limit, so it kind of reminds you note completion tasks. Well, now there's something I want to tell you about listening recordings overall. Make sure that you are concentrated on what you hear word per word. The reason I'm saying this, apart from the obvious, is that sometimes you may find the correct answer to a question and then there is a lot of talking going on until they reach the next question. So in this endless talking, usually students start to have doubts. For example, they start thinking, they talk too much time right now. Did they actually say the answer to the next question and I missed it? Oh my god. And where are they now? What are they talking about? Oh my god, I missed everything. Turn away from these thoughts immediately. Keep calm. Endless talking in the IELTS listening is very common, especially in section 4, but in all sections. So don't lose your focus because you may lose an answer you normally wouldn't. Okay? Now, another thing that could really help you apart from your practice in listening is watching TV series and movies and videos on the web without the subtitles of your mother language. If you choose something you really love, your hobby or anything, and watch videos on your hobby without subtitles, then you will do very good practice without even realizing it. Learning and practice don't have to be boring, right? Well, that's it for today. If you want to find out about 6-step strategy that we follow in the IELTS listening, you better do it in this video. Next video, we're going to talk about academic reading. Until then, you can leave any comments or questions here or on my Facebook page, Twitter and Google+. You can also follow me in these 3 pages for the word of the day. I have added all 3 links down below. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck with the exam.